YouTube anyway.
Yeah, let me know if you can see everything okay when we do this.
Yeah, let me switch channels.
And here we are. Will be. Hello, honey. Look at who I've got on panel with me.
Surprise! I'm alive, guys! Oh my lord!
Surprise! Hey, how you doing? Can you see everything okay on here? Let me see. Make sure I can get everything moved around here okay.
Yeah, I don't like this new streaming interface that they came up with. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it is. It is. I am waiting for a few people to come on panel. And hello. Oh, Ancy, thank you for coming in. Irish Marie. Hello, hello, hello. Mimi Sweet. I am waiting for Ghost and I am waiting um for the mother of this young man to come on, and I don't know at the moment where she is. I've sent her a link along with let me pull this up, make sure I don't have any messages, and I'll put it back on. Nope, no messages. No messages. So let's make sure I've got everybody. Oh, I got to pull up the chat.
Let me,
Okay.
if everybody could tweet it out, that would help Uber too.
Yeah, please, please tweet this out. Hey, Molly. Crazy Nurse Granny, hello, honey. Lady Raiden, hello, babe. Uber was the first chat room I ever went to. Yes, ma'am, it is. And you remember how shy you were? I remember that. You were pretty shy. Yep. Yeah, if everybody could tweet this out or share it, I'd greatly appreciate that. And the works for Sarcasm Sun, so we can send it around Twitter, etc. I can message Sarcasm if you want. Please, Diane. I told her I'd send her a link in the mail, and it is in there for her. And it would be better coming from her, but I can. Lady Swan, I sent Ghost the link, honey. How are you, babe? Love you. Thank you, Diane, very much for doing this. Brown Eyed Girl, hello, babe. Um, this is one of Sarcasm. Hi, Marie is a YouTuber. Haha, will be. And her son's been missing since the 25th of April. Now, this is kind of a complicated situation. And the reason why I say that is I like doing these missing cases. So I'm doing good, Marie. Thank you. How are you doing, honey? Okay, alrighty, Lady Swan. I left him a message, so I don't know if he's still sleeping or what. Thank you, Anne. But not only is she a fellow YouTuber, but she's a mother, just like, all these other missing cases that I've done. And how I have gotten to know of her, because I don't even know her personally, is through, she is through the crime community. And my niece and brother-in-law were in a bad, bad car accident this AM. They took my niece by ambulance to the ER and the car is totaled. She's okay. I'm here now. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Brown Eyed. Prayers. Definitely prayers. Oh my gosh, you guys have been through the ringer, haven't you? I'm so sorry. Gosh almighty. Brown Eyed Girl prayers, honey. Um, so not only is she a fellow YouTuber, but she is a mother. And as you know, when I do these missing persons, all we're trying to do is bring light to the situation. Who knows who lives close by or might see these missing people? And just to try to bring a little bit, if nothing else, some encouragement or some enlightenment to what goes on. Thank you, Diane, very much. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. I'll give her a few more minutes and then I'll go ahead and I spoke with her quite extensively yesterday. And that's why I called you, Diane, was to get some information. But I got a hold of her. So anyway, it breaks my heart. I don't care how old your child is. I don't care if they're 40. Hi, Jennifer. I don't care if they're 50. I don't care if they're 10. They're still your child. They're still your child. You gave birth to them. And it's just as important if they're 30 years old or they're 10 years old. And this young man has had a rough go of it. And so and his mother is too. Hey, Susan, Jennifer, you little doll. So we're going to try to bring as much enlightenment as we can to this. I understand, Diane. You're fine, honey. Hi, Fighting Spirit. How are you? Janelle, hello. Yeah, I understand after I saw your last night's stream, Diane. Yeah, I understand completely. But you know what? Everybody knows Paula, Bull Run Paranormal. And tell people a little bit about what you do to some of these new folks coming in while we wait for sarcasm.
All right. Well, my channel, I actually have two channels on here. I have Bull Run Paranormal, which is my like paranormal educational kind of channel that I do, where I answer a lot of your questions about the afterlife, the other side, paranormal investigating, things of that nature. But I'm also a medium, a psychic medium. So a lot of times when Uber is doing these missing persons live streams, I'm either like here on panel with her and Ghost, or I'm like on the phone texting Uber with impressions that I get
Yep.
from these. Sometimes people come through, sometimes I get like clairaudience, clairsentience, just that I know things, feelings, sometimes tastes, smells. Sometimes they make me feel what they went through in their death state. So that's a little bit about me. Then my other channel is The Witch's Cauldron, and that's where I teach Wicca and witchcraft.
Now, Paula, tell them about you helping finding missing persons.
Well, I have experience helping locate missing individuals. The last one was that I worked on with police was last year in the spring, and it was a case here in Virginia. It was a young girl, 16 years old, that went missing back in April of last year, and they did not find her body for a couple of weeks. But my ghost hunting partner, Alex, and I are kind of like the psychic dream team. And one of the paranormal investigators in the Front Royal area, this was in the Front Royal, Virginia area, called us and sent us this little girl, this young girl's picture. And Alex and I got on the phone together and started going through what we were picking up. And we were both picking up basically from her vantage point, hanging from a tree, that she had committed suicide and was hanging in a tree within visual distance of the home where she lived. And we could describe the house that she lived in and our directions. Eventually, the police listened to us, but they didn't find her body for like 2 weeks. She went missing April 26th. She and her boyfriend had broke up. It was the weekend of prom. She, committed suicide, and they didn't find her body until May 8th.
That's so sad. So sad.
It was very, very sad. And what's really kind of funny is the young lady still comes around and visits every once in a while to both me and Alex, because they haven't been able to piece together and there was another person involved in all of this, and they haven't gotten the person. They haven't got the evidence to really bring that person who was directly or indirectly involved to justice.
Well,
So
and just remember, these are Paula's
they're my
thoughts.
impressions.
They're her impressions. So I want to thank everybody for coming in. Michelle, Cindy, Thomas, Nicole, Sherry. So what we're going to do right away is, this blows me away. And I'm going to tell them the truth right up front.
Okay.
I never, yes, please subscribe to Paula. Please do. It's Bull Run Paranormal. You'll see it. She just posted in the chat. Now, when we just clocked on before in a private, yes, I did. It's in her email. I can send it again if need be. Hang on, folks. Let me, I'll send it to her again. Hang
Don't
on.
forget your screen sharing, Uber.
Oh, I am?
Yep.
Oh, well, alrighty then. Hang on.
Because I can see your email.
Okay. Whee!
Uber said that Diane just said send her the link and she'll put it in her DM on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Hi, Sister Earth. How you doing, hun? And I don't mean to be rude, guys, but trying to connect uses a lot of energy, so you might see me munching on a piece of cheese here and there.
Well, I wonder why I can't find Diane on here. What happened? Well, Diane, why can't I pull you up? Did you block me?
Hi, Margie. How are you doing? Hey, Sherry. How are you doing, honey?
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get this to Diane for some reason. I can't pull Diane up. Did you block me, Diane?
Hi, Journey.
Diane, you blocked me. What the hell?
Let me see if I can DM it to Diane. Hold on a
Okay,
minute.
because I'm not finding. Well, I find Diane, but it's all blacked out. Oh, there it is. I did not block you, she says. Sure, you say that. You say that now. You unblock me just so I could send you a message. Okay, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Too funny.
Jennifer, we hope that Ghost Mafia is going to be on panel, and this young man's mother is going to be joining us also. We hope.
I've missed you guys. Look at y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what happened earlier. So I know, right? How dare Diane do that stuff to me? So, okay, so we got on a few minutes before. I send her the link. She gets on. And I said, now, you know, oh, I love him too. I never tell Paula anything about the case prior to me coming on. Never, ever. Don't even show her a picture. Matter of fact, she's looking at this stuff for the first time right now.
Yep.
And I should have waited to ask you anything before I told you this. or before I asked you this. I said, so you're not seeing anything because I have the Hangout shut off and she can't see nothing. I said, so are you getting anything? And what is it you told me?
Immediately, I picked up like big time drugs like heroin.
Yeah.
And
Well, wait, don't go any further.
yeah,
Wait
yeah.
until the mom is here, or I can tell some. Okay, I won't even tell the story until then.
No,
Thanks, Cindy.
let me
Remember, everybody, share this if you wouldn't mind, please.
let me grab a little piece of paper and start writing some of this down.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hey,
Coming
I should
through.
probably be doing that too. Come to think of it, guess
I was
what
gonna
I
say,
got
Uber,
today?
you do the same. I mean, because you've gotten pretty good at
I
picking
know.
stuff up too.
I know. I know. Yes, she if you could post your channel again in there, she'll be one of the mods. It's called Bull Run Paranormal, and she will put it in the chat. Um, guess what I got, guys? Remember I was telling you I had that old VHS tape, but not a VHS player to play it and so I could record it on a DVD? Guess what I got? That's right, and I got a VHS split so that well, thank you, girl of your dreams. Oh, thank you, honey. You are so nice. You come back and stay with us a while, okay? Expose away. So anyway, yep, I got a VHS player, so I got the splitter and everything, so I'm gonna be working on that. Woot! How about that? Mm-hmm. So anyway, I bought it actually on Amazon um through a secondhand owner. I haven't plugged it in. I just got it in the mail today. Grey Gardens, I've watched it. I watched it twice, as a matter of fact, will be. I really liked it. Really liked it. But I'm really looking forward to be able to transfer these VHS tapes that I've got over to a CD. And it's just not a movie. It's me playing drums while I was on the road. And so, yeah, it should be pretty good. So, yep. So I'm just waiting on the mom. I'm going to give her a few more minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll give her till 12:20. And then I'll go ahead and we'll get started on this. So, but I'm glad to see everybody in here. Everything is filling up here a little bit on the coast of Oregon. Woo, raining. Yes, yes, she did. Yes. That his dad might have sent him there. Yes. Yeah. But, like we talked yesterday, we'll talk about it here in a minute, Diane. Um, yeah, she did. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But, I don't know. Um, we talked quite extensively yesterday, Sarcasm and I did, on a hangout. And we went from the beginning up to this point, and it's quite the story. So it's 12:20. I'm going to give her one more minute, and then we'll get started. And I'm going to get started by asking Paula what she's picking up. Like I said, I haven't discussed. The only other one that knows anything about this is Ghost, and he's not here at the moment. So I'm the only one that knows the story so far on this. And we'll get going. Hey, Spirit Wolf, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Keeping fingers crossed. Thank you, Ghost Grabber. Thank you. Be careful, Molly's exposing your dark past tonight. I don't understand all that hoo-ha crap. Illegal activities. Yep, lady. Yep, could very well be. Yep. So, okay, Paula, tell us what you're coming up with.
Okay, like I said, I came up with heroin, major drugs, not only use but like some dealing.
Okay.
Um, I'm picking up um, possible multiple arrests, and one of them I think involved guns or the possession of um, guns, like after a felony conviction. He was not supposed to have guns.
Okay.
The Great Lakes are coming up, so I'm see like up in Wisconsin, I guess.
Yep.
But I almost get a feeling like he had some issues, possibly, maybe bipolar, maybe undiagnosed. Um, he's been picking up that he was very, very troubled from a teenager on, very troubled.
Okay.
Um, and it's almost like I'm feeling like he was on the run from something or someone. Trying to,
Okay.
I keep like hearing, trying to get away, get away, get away.
Okay.
That's what I've got so far.
Okay. All right. Now, I have not spoke to Paula at all about this case.
No.
This is the first time she said any of this, and some of the stuff she was coming up with has not been on any of this, what you're seeing right here that I'm posting. So let me tell you the story. Excuse me. His name is Nicholas uh, Banyasz, I believe is how you pronounce that. He disappeared 4/25 of 2019. Now let me tell you about this young man. He was in prison for 4 years on a drug-related charge. He got out and he relapsed. He'd been living with his mama. Sarcasm. Now, on a Tuesday, I believe it was, or on a Monday, I might get my days mixed up. He was out and about and called his mom on his phone and asked that he's trying to get his life together. Called his mom and asked if she could give him a ride to work, and she said yes. Well, the next day, Tuesday, he never showed up to the house. Never came to the house. He was walking. He's on foot. He doesn't drive. Never showed up at the house. Sarcasm got a hold of the girlfriend. The girlfriend said she hadn't seen him either. She hadn't heard from him all night. Well, one of Nicholas's friends got a hold of Sarcasm and said, "Did you hear that Nicholas was arrested?" And she said, "No." And here's what happened. Nicholas was asked to meet a dealer at a motel room. So when he showed up in there, the police were called and they were taken to the hospital, both of them. Both of them were taken to the hospital. Now, keep in mind, I forgot this part and I should have put in there. Keep in mind, this kid is on drugs. So they were taken to the hospital. His phone and his wallet were left at the motel room and then put into the drug dealer's car. So during the time in the hospital, he decided to get up and walk out. And he left, and he's not been seen since. Not been seen since. Now, he does have a parole officer. They ended up putting out a arrest warrant for him. Now, they will not file a missing persons on anybody that's got an arrest warrant out for them. So he has disappeared. He has got money in the bank. He's got checks that he hasn't cashed. He has not used his phone because his phone his mother has. He has not used anything. He's just poof, disappeared. Now, when I spoke with Sarcasm yesterday, I asked her how far from the hospital to her house, and she said about 7 blocks. And she said, they're fairly close. Yes, they have a bad relationship at times, like every mother and child does. So, hi, little. So, and Keja, hello. Um, so anyway, they ended up, she's called everybody, including the drug dealer's mom, who went and got the car, that gave her his phone and his uh, wallet. He doesn't even have his wallet. Uh, she has called his girlfriend. She's called every number on his phone. Hey, Sean, nice to see you. Goldie, nice to see you. Black Cat Lover, hello. Um, Hi, watch out. So he has not been seen by anybody. By the drug dealers is now in jail. The mother has drove around looking at all these places he's been missing from, or frequents. I'm sorry. Now, at one time, it was told to Sarcasm that Nicholas's dad had sent him to North Carolina. Now, when the Nicholas's dad was confronted with this, he would not neither confirm nor deny. He just said she didn't know what she was talking about. But people said that he was seen there. Now, how he could be walking around with no ID, no money, nobody knows. Hello, Robin. So we do not confirm nor, believe that that's going on with her or with him. Now, he's 5'9", 235 pounds. Now, in my description, I have put a phone number if anybody knows about what's going on with this young man. Hi, Simply Bonnie. I left a phone number. We see hello down there, and to call and let them know that you've seen this young man. Now, just remember, folks, he has not his wallet. Hey, JK. Nor his wallet, nor his phone. No money. Coastal hugs, baby. And he's got cash he's got money in the bank. Little Kelly, I'm not too sure if she's talked to him since that or not. Jinx, I wouldn't say a fugitive, but yes, he does have warrants out for his arrest. I think they do have a lookout because of the warrants. Bolo, for all of you, it means be on the lookout for. It's real scary, real scary. This kid is a heroin user, a drug user. He's stayed clean for a while, and then he was right back at it. So that's where we're at with this. Yeah, I was going to get to. Hi, Margie. How are you? My goodness. So, Paula, what you got going on here, honey? There's Ghost.
Sorry, guys. I overslept. I literally
knew it.
just woke up. I forgot to turn my phone ringer back on, and yeah, I was like, oh crap, it's 3:00.
I knew it. Okay, well, you just take a second. I've been trying to get Sarcasm up here, and Paula's hit on something. So,
was he either a confidential informant for the police, or did that drug dealer think that he was a CI for the police?
That I do not know.
Because I think that's why he's on the run. I keep hearing like Norteños, which would be a gang affiliation. Was the drug dealer a Norteño by any way, or have an affiliation with the Norteños gang?
Oh, okay.
Um, and the thing that I'm kind of picking up is that he hooked up with somebody that he knew from jail. And
Okay.
I don't think he was a CI. I think that the drug dealers and the gang thinks he's a CI
Okay.
and that he was the responsible one for the setup. And I
Okay.
think that's why he's on the run, but I think he hooked up with somebody that he knew from jail that
Okay.
he had gotten out with.
Well, Paula, if you read the chat, uh, Katja just said he did narc on a person he got busted with, according to the news coverage.
Okay. According to news coverage. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So bingo, bingo.
Yeah.
Let me go back up here. Somebody said, "Hey, Trooper, my little doll." Let me go back up here. Where was it? So this man is 30 years old, on drugs, and has warrants out for him. He didn't have a warrant out for him, Nightbot, until after he left the hospital. Then his PO issued a warrant out for him.
Yes.
For a parole violation?
Apparently so, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ohio, Spirit Wolf, that's what you're coming up with too?
I was going to say, I don't think he's in Wisconsin anymore. I keep like south and west, south and west.
Okay. Kit just said he and his buddy got busted together, and news said Nick said that their roles were in drug dealing, which could be why the drug dealer wanted him to meet him at the motel room. Yeah, see, KJ, and to be honest with you, well now, Gouda, that's what they said, but the mother talked to the father, and so has his aunt, and that has not. They don't think that's what really happened. Um, yes, yes, just said the state. Could you said let me see, I'm trying to read these. He and his buddy got busted together. Yeah, see, KJ, I have not read any of the news clips because I wanted to be on this. I just wanted the bare minimum so that Paula could catch the drift on this. I didn't want to interrupt her.
And I think that he may actually be, he and his like jail buddy may be responsible for some robberies
Oh,
um, to get like cash to get away.
oh.
It's almost like
Yes,
I'm seeing
Gouda.
pinpoints on a map.
Right. Yes, Gouda, that's what we said. Him and his drug dealer were in a motel. They got busted. They were sent to the hospital, and Nick walked out of the hospital, and
Because
he just poof disappeared.
he overdosed because he had been clean for a while, right?
Must have been. I'm not sure about that.
Well, yeah, if he just got out of jail, he would
Yeah.
have been clean.
He actually had a friend that he had been talking to that ran a garage in the area that was clean
Right.
and possibly been thinking about trying to get himself clean as well.
Exactly, Gouda. Exactly. Yes, he has money in the bank. Will be. He's got checks sitting at home. Remember, she said she was in Florida. Paula, did your psychic tips come through? True. I don't know who. Angelas, who are you talking about? Which case? Gutter? Okay. Okay, gotcha. Kate, you're okay. Don't worry about it, honey. No, no, don't stop, babe. Don't stop. That's what this is all about, sweetie. You're doing good. See, I wouldn't have known about that if you wouldn't have said something. So that's good. That kind of legits Paula. You know what I'm saying? No, that's what this is all about.
Because I'm getting like kind of like he had a long problem with drugs.
Yes.
And he would try to clean up and then he would relapse and clean up and relapse.
Yes.
Now, was she going to join us today, Beaver? Uber?
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of her, and Diane sent her a link, and I've sent her a link.
Okay.
But so we'll just have to go with what we've got.
I actually had some questions that I wrote down yesterday, whether or not he had any tattoos, what they were, things like that, because that can have some significance to gang affiliations, things like that. And
yeah, first and last name. Thank you. I forgot that part. He is bipolar, Paula.
Yeah.
And he stopped taking his medication.
Yeah, he's off his
Okay,
meds.
that explains it. That's why it was coming through like almost like undiagnosed. He wasn't taking his meds.
Yeah. Yeah, he stopped taking his meds, his mom said. Thank you guys for helping me with this. I really appreciate it.
I'm so sorry that I wasn't here on time.
There's no excuse. We
I'm
want you here
never
on time.
late. There is no excuse because I'd rather be an hour early than 1 minute
Oh
late.
God, I knew you were asleep. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
I told your wife that. I said, I bet he's still sleeping. Tattoos are on arms in pitch. Yeah. Did you see that, Dave?
Yeah, but I can't make out what it is.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't even be able to see what they were.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's significance to some tattoos, especially like jailhouse tats and things like that. They'll tell a story.
Right.
Spider webs in your armpits, teardrops on your face, things like that. They're all significant.
Well, you know what, Lady T, his mother said he would never hurt a soul.
I was just saying he's got like the things that he did harm to himself and not anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Other than he realized that he hurt his family every time he relapsed.
Mm-hmm. Clocks mean something.
Clocks sometimes indicate that you've been in prison.
Gemma. No, I don't, Diane. She didn't give me one. No, she didn't give me one, honey. She knew that we were going to go do it today at noon, and so I don't know. And she was okay with it. So maybe she got caught up doing something. Spirit Wolf said, does he know someone in Dayton area, Ohio? Dang it, headache. So I don't, that's another unanswered question. I don't believe so from the way she was talking yesterday.
I don't get that he himself has a real strong gang affiliation.
No, the other person had it.
I mean, this is a 31-year-old man that was living in his mom's basement, basically. I mean, I want to say he was more of a gamer kind of thing and got into the wrong crowd, maybe.
Well, that could very well be. I don't know. This kid. I
don't want to be stereotypical or anything like that, making that assumption, but from everything she was telling me, he was home every night, unless he stayed at his girlfriend's house for a couple nights and then came home and
he was working. And hey, Gabby, hugs. Kat just said, I think the circumstances around him leaving at the hospital is critical in knowing.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, we don't know what the circumstances are around that. For some reason, I got a feeling he was like coming down off. They were trying to detox him. And he just walked out.
Well, and he knew that he had broke his parole. He knew that he had a warrant coming his way.
Right.
He knew that the cops would be coming back the next morning to get him and the drug dealer. And I think that's probably why he walked out of the hospital. He didn't want to go back.
He knew he wouldn't live in jail.
Right.
He knew that there were too many. No, because they were thinking he was the CI, and that's why they got busted.
Could very well have been. Yeah.
And I'm not sure if
Yeah, here's the map. I don't know if you can make it out. Let me bring it up here and see if I can bring that up.
I mean, when you detox, there's a certain amount of paranoia that sets in with everything too.
oh hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys
And
can see this map, but
Is he in Cincinnati?
isn't that funny? Because Spirit Wolf was saying in Ohio somewhere. I don't know if you guys can see that, but here's
Or
the
is he up
hospital right here on the map. That's where the hospital is. So he's close to the highway.
or is he up around Cleveland? Because I heard Great Lakes. And Cleveland is up
Oh,
on Lake Huron, isn't it?
Lake Erie.
Lake Erie. Okay.
yeah. Anyone check the homeless shelters? Yes, they did, Sherry. Yes, they did. She checked those. She checked the Salvation Army. Um, she has checked everything. She has drove to everybody's house that she could think of. She went through his phone and every number on there she called. Um, yeah, Safe Tried will be. He did at one point was supposed to be going to counseling. She set it up so that he would go to counseling, and his PO showed up at the house, and come to find out he wasn't going to counseling. So they've tried with him. This has been a long standing battle.
Yeah, it's like a big cycle just over and over and over again.
Right, right, right. And so they've had some real problems with him. Bless his heart. You know, I can't imagine what
Well,
he's
I
going
mean,
through, let alone the family.
just trying to get inside his head. You know, he's on all these drugs, and the list she gave us was everything from alcohol, heroin, crack, pills. He was taking meds for bipolar, and now he's in the hospital. They're trying to detox him off of it. Panic has set in. You know, he knows he's broken his parole. He's embarrassed, ashamed, you know, and on the run.
Well, he quit taking his meds for his bipolar.
That's what I mean. He's
Yeah,
off his meds, you know,
yeah.
so that's gonna make it even worse. And you know,
You know, Sherry, I don't know. That's just it.
mm,
We asked her, and I wish she was here, dadgummit. We asked her if he was, knew anybody out of state that he would have went to, and she said she didn't think so. Exactly, RC. Welcome, hun. Yeah, it sounds like he doesn't want to be found. I do believe he's alive. That's my gut feeling.
Mine
I
as well.
yeah, that's what I came to the conclusion of
But he
too.
had no idea to get into Canada, though. No
I was gonna say
ID.
I don't think he could get into Canada because he had no identification and he didn't have any money to buy fake papers to get into Canada.
No, he has not contacted
I'm
his son.
picking up south and east.
Southeast.
Which would be toward North Carolina, towards where the dad would be.
And
That
North Carolina is where the dad is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. So maybe he is with his dad. I don't know. We
Well,
didn't get a confirmation on that.
I did ask her last night if there was any towns in that state that he used to frequent that he stopped frequenting. She had said that he had friends in Milwaukee. A couple of the friends had died from overdoses, but he still had one or two friends there. She didn't think that he would be in Milwaukee because he hadn't gone there in so long. And I told her, I said, well, it might be a good idea to fly or check the homeless shelters in that area because I thought at this point he was hiding out, living off the streets somewhere. So Milwaukee might have been a good place to go flyer because it's not that far from where she's at. So
Exactly, Ghost Grabber. I believe the father should put his mom's worry to rest. Exactly. I do believe that there too. But I do, and Lady Raiden said, I think he's really wrestling with his drug abuse. He knows it's wrong and he wants to better himself, but the chemicals craves keep him trapped. Um, I just can't imagine. You're welcome, little, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, if he doesn't have his wallet with his cards and ID, he wouldn't be able to. Right.
Right.
Wish he could at least get a throwaway number and call his mom. I do too, but I don't think he wants to do that if he's worried about being caught.
And this is what I told her last night. She was saying the same thing about she wishes he would call, and I said, well, in this day and age, nobody memorizes phone numbers anymore. They just program it in their phone. I couldn't even tell you what my wife's number is off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up in my phone. If I lost my phone, I've lost contact.
Yeah,
So that's a distinct possibility as well. He just doesn't have anybody's phone numbers memorized,
right,
and he's away. He has no way of calling anybody. That people memorize addresses. They don't memorize phone numbers anymore. Not
right.
too often. So him being without his phone, without any ID or anything, and she even said when he was in prison before, the way he would have to call home, he had her number written down on a piece of paper that he would take out every time he'd call. And she was hoping that maybe after the repetitiveness of calling each day from the prison, off that piece of paper with the phone number on it, he would remember it. That's not always a guarantee, though, especially when you're on medications. You know what I mean?
Uh, Kat, the apparently he was on his bipolar meds at one point, but he got off of them while he was doing the heroin and everything else. He just quit taking them. And of course, when you're doing drugs like that, your sensibility just goes out the door. So he wouldn't even think about taking those. Yeah. Thank you very much, Donna, and welcome to the chat. What do you got, Paula?
I'm almost positive he's over toward Cleveland because for some ungodly reason, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot keeps playing over and over in my head, and that's about Lake Erie.
Really?
Actually, that's about Lake Superior. The Edmund
Superior, yeah.
Fitzgerald
Superior.
went down 14 miles
Right.
northeast of Whitefish Point,
Yeah.
Wow.
Lake Superior. Yeah.
Yep. Superior.
Uber, I see him going between Dayton and Cincinnati, Ohio, with a male and two females. One female has a skull and snake tattoo on the upper thigh. Thank you, Irish Dragon. Wow. Look at all these people in here. Thank you very much, guys, for coming in and helping us.
Yeah, be sure to give the stream a like and tweet it out too, folks.
May I ask what charges he was wanted for? How much time he is thinking he will do? Sherry, I believe he's got a warrant out for
Probation violation.
probation violation, and I am not sure what would happen on that.
Well, if he get picked up and taken to the hospital and they was watching for him at the hospital and he left there, he might have a warrant for fleeing too.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. And so this is what. Hi, Gemma. How are you? Gemma says, I have a friend who is bipolar and sometimes she disappears for days from me when she's off her med. She also develops a second personality, which may be using another personality. Very good point. Thank you so much. I know, I'm sorry too, Diane, because I mean, we've all worked on this and that's okay. That's okay. If I can just help a little bit and if, Bull Run and Ghost can help, thank you for trying. Thank you for trying. So, yeah, that's where we're at, folks, with all this. Warrant could be issued until not meeting probation, maybe. Gosh,
He also
good point.
has he also has what they called compartment syndrome.
Yes, I forgot about that too. I'm glad you wrote that stuff down.
Yeah, I was taking notes.
What was that, Ghost?
He also has a condition called compartment syndrome.
Okay.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. He has an on body pickup and hold for probation. Oh, he does, Pugs? Body pickup and hold for probation violation. Thank you so much, Pugs. See
Well,
this?
if you're on probation and you were, then arrested again for drugs and being with drug dealers and in the presence of controlled substances, that would violate your probation. And so your probation officer, based on that, can petition the court to order a bench warrant for a probation violation.
Well, I think from what she was telling us last night, he was already going to file with the courts for failure to appear for his probation
Okay. That's why
appointment,
I keep hearing FTA.
and the
Okay.
the warrant hadn't taken effect yet. So when he got arrested and then taken to the hospital, the warrant hadn't went into effect yet until like the day after.
Right, because it has to get signed by a judge before it's
Right.
approved.
So it was in the process, but it hadn't been processed all the way yet. It
Okay.
didn't process until after he had already left the hospital.
Right. Okay, guys. So compartment syndrome is a painful condition that occurs when pressure within the muscles builds to a dangerous level. This pressure can decrease blood flow, which prevents nourishment and oxygen from reaching nerve and muscle cells. It says compartment syndrome can either be acute or chronic. So there you go.
Lots of pain.
Lots of pain. Yep. So that's what that's all about. Um,
I'm pretty sure he hooked up with somebody that he knew when he was in jail.
oh, I'm sure because he's
That
hung
was
around
out.
all of those people. Yeah, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure because, yeah, he's hung around all those people. And if he is bipolar, extreme paranoia, absolutely. Yeah, in a psychotic state is one developed. Yes, absolutely, Kat. Absolutely. Sister Earth, hello, babe. Sorry I missed you. You're right, Gemma. He may be, well, I don't think he would be, um, I don't know. I'm just really confused about this because as close as he is with his mom, you'd think he'd get some kind of word to her. But yet, on the other hand, he doesn't want probably to have her involved in any of it. And if it is a dangerous situation he's involved in with the dealing and everything, that could be one reason why he hasn't gotten a hold of her. So she doesn't know anything.
Yeah, he's on the run.
Ghost grabber. So that's why I wish she was here today, kind of help us out a little bit. But you can violate your probation if you have drugs in your urine test. Absolutely, Mimi. My son refuses a drug screening, got a violation, but he didn't get another charge for having drugs in the system because he refused. Now, right, right. Well, they can't, if they don't have drugs in the system and he didn't do the test, then yeah. Uber, did you say that he left the hospital with a drug dealer? No.
No,
He
they
met
actually
the
the
drug
drug dealer.
dealer at a motel room and they got busted there and they both got put into the hospital. And Nick walked away and his drug dealer got arrested while he was in the hospital and sent to jail.
Got out 3 weeks later.
Yes. Yes, little. Yes, she was. Yeah, he got out 3 weeks later. So, it can be ghost grabber. They can be sent for a parole violation. They can be sent back to prison. Yes. So, just I ask you all just to look at these pictures. You've got his full name now. Google him. Try to keep up with this, and I will too. He is in
He was
violation because he was messed up and taken to the hospital. He walked out of the hospital while under care. Thank you, Pugs.
he he also was codependent on like alcohol and tobacco, cigarettes and chew. Um, like I said, she gave us a list of the drugs that she knew that he was on: heroin, crack, and prescription medications.
Okay, Spirit Wolf, and I get what you're saying to Irish. I get the same urgency. And the arrest and hotel are more charges, I would assume, now that he's violated his parole. Yes. Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
All
So,
right, Uber. I am picking up another male that's about 5'10", maybe 175, 180, kind of wiry and thin. Um, like a blonde colored goatee, but a shaved bald head, a tribal tat on the left bicep, and he's got a big ass tat on his neck. I'm picking up on the name James,
oh,
and an old white Monte Carlo with a bunch of like Bondo, like a real hoopty.
what was the name of his drug dealer, Ghost? Do you remember?
Joel Larson.
Yes, that's right, because I Googled him. And dark circles under his eyes, Spirit Wolf said.
Yeah,
Oh,
really kind of sunken in.
are you sure it's
There,
James?
it starts with a J.
Oh, that gives me
Um,
the heebie jeebies.
there's also a chick that I'm picking up on. She's got like real stringy, kind of shoulder length hair, but it's a bunch of different freaking colors. And she's about 5'4" and maybe 130 pounds or so. And she's got a big ass tat on that runs down like the whole thigh, but it's to the side of the thigh. It's
Okay.
not like down the front of the thigh, it's down the side of the thigh.
I did ask her about the drug dealer's girlfriend, or if he had a girlfriend. She said that he went through them very quickly. Usually, didn't keep them around for more than 4 or 5 days at a time.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
So he was, kind of a womanizer. Um, Probably just, hooked him in with the drugs and got what he wanted, and then discarded him basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's drug dealer kind of MO kind of thing there.
Picking up like on a Tracy, maybe? The T name. She's got a rose tattoo somewhere too. I think it's on her back.
They said that Monte Carlo's got white damage to the front of it too, from what Irish lady was saying. That's what she's getting
Yeah,
out of
like
it.
the front fenders, quarter panel.
Yeah.
Front quarter panel and header panel.
Yeah. All right, I'm pushing it.
Okay, that's enough then. That's enough. That's enough. I don't want you getting sick. Spirit Wolf had to walk out too. She's getting sick. Yes, Wisconsin Pugs. Yes. And if you get
Was there a
anything,
white car mentioned somewhere?
yeah, Spirit Wolf and Irish Lady are picking up on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. If you find anything out, Pugs, would you let me know? No. Okay,
Diane
yes, I will
Channel
do
says,
that right now.
okay. Yeah, I was just going to read that to you. I didn't know if you seen it or not. I think that's all I've got here. Like, I wrote everything down that she said yesterday that I just forgot to ask her about the tattoos, what, where, things like that. But
Yeah, keep talking, guys. I just got a second here. I need to reply to this.
Ghost, is there a Cleveland, Minnesota?
Cleveland, Minnesota. I'm not sure. Hold on, I'll check it out.
Because I don't think he's in Wisconsin anymore. But I don't think he's in North Carolina.
There is a city in Minnesota called Cleveland. The zip code is 56017.
I think. Is that up near a lake?
It is near a lake, yes, Scotch Lake.
I think he's up in that area somewhere with one of his jail buddies.
Weather there is currently 75 degrees, winds out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour, 89% humidity.
Do they have a lot of meth up there?
Uh,
Because I'm not like I'm picking up on heroin and meth.
well, I mean, the meth epidemic is pretty much everywhere nowadays, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. That's enough, Paula. No more. Spoke with the arrested friend to see if he knows of places and people that Nicholas would refuse, would frequent. That's just it. Yes, we did, Rosie. As a matter of fact, we were on panel with her yesterday, Rosie Posey. So his mother does know. But what we're going to do right now is we went to 104. Paula's exhausted. We're going to shut this down before she gets sick and ends up with a migraine. So that's what I'm going to do. All I can say, yes, Sonia, I know. Isn't that terrible? All I can say to you folks is you've got the numbers. The police numbers are down in my description. I will leave this up. Remember, folks, it's just not the person that is involved in the drugs. It's the family also that is suffering. So
pray for them all.
Pray for them all. And remember, these are just Paula's visions that came out today and our opinions. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in here and helping. Please take care of yourselves. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Kat. You're welcome, Bless. And remember, everybody, there is a rainbow at the end of the storm. Remember that. Thank you, everybody, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.